LABTECH innovations.
Look at the next problem. Find the equation of the line passing through this point and perpendicular to the line through the points 2, 5 and minus 3, 6. Let us write down what is given. There is a point number A, right? So the point is so there is a point A. A is given to be what? Minus 3, comma 5. Let us minus 3, comma 5. There is another point called B, B is 2, comma 5. And there is another point C, which is nothing but minus 3, comma 6. Minus 3, comma 6. So there are 2 points here, 3 points here. So the line is given to be passing through this, right? So if this is a point, let us say B. So if this is B, somewhere here is B, and somewhere this is suppose C, correct? So this is the line joining BC, okay? This is the line joining BC. We want a line which is perpendicular to BC. So that means it is perpendicular to BC, and one point lies on that line, and that is nothing but the A. That is A, and A is what? Minus 3, comma 5. So students, please realize the situation here. B and C are the 2 points through which one line passes. We want a line which is not along BC, but which is perpendicular to BC, but it passes through the point called A, and A is denoted by minus 3, comma 5, correct? So minus 3, comma 5, correct? So this is the point. So that means I have to find out, I know the point through which the line passes, so I should know slope of this line. I want to find out slope of this line. Slope क्या है इसका, right? तो ये line का क्या relation है with this line? They are perpendicular. So if the lines are perpendicular, if the lines are perpendicular, then product of their slopes is minus 1. That means if the slope of one line is m1, slope of another line is m2, then this is minus 1. In other words, m2 is equal to minus of 1 upon m1. So it is a negative reciprocal of the original line, correct? So our job is to find out, so our job is ready made. Find the slope of BC, then find the slope of line through A, and then use the formula y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, correct? So this is the required information that you should have. You should memorize this, that the product of the slopes is minus 1 if the lines are perpendicular to each other. Now I am going to remove this. So now step number 1, find the slope of BC, correct? So step number 1 is what? Find slope of BC, correct? For that you need a formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So which means 6 minus 5 divided by minus 3 minus 2, okay? That gives you 1 upon minus 5, correct? So the slope of BC is minus 1 upon 5. Therefore, slope of required line, which is perpendicular, right, is what? Negative reciprocal. So minus 1 will go, and 1 upon 5 ka reciprocal is 5. So slope of the required line is 5, and point has coordinates minus 3, comma 5, correct? Minus 3, comma 5. Now we want to use again the formula y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, which is y minus y1. y1 is what? 5. Slope is what? 5. X minus x1 is what? Minus 3. So this gives me equation like this: y minus 5 is equal to 5x 5 into x plus 3, which gives me y minus 5 is equal to 5x plus 15. Let us transfer all the terms on the other side. So it is 5x minus y plus 15 plus 5 is equal to 0. That gives me my final medal, that is okay. So 5x minus y plus 20, this is our medal. So we'll put it in a box and carry it home. Okay. So 5x minus y plus 20 is equal to 0. That is the equation of this line. Okay. Fine. Let us go to the next problem. Okay. Okay. And mark. Okay. Now, friends, have a look at this next problem. A line perpendicular to the line segment joining 1, 0, 2, 3 divides it in the ratio 1:n, right? Find the equation of the line. Okay. So there are 2 points given here. One is A, right? A has got coordinates 1, 0. B has coordinates 2, 3. So suppose this is point A and suppose this is point B and this is the line joining A and B. This is a line segment. Okay. Now there is a line we want to draw which is perpendicular to this line. So what we are going to do is this, that is going to divide the entire line into the ratio 1:n, right? 1:n. That means the ratio is say 1:n, right? In other words, this entire line has been divided into n plus 1 parts. Okay. And this point, so using a section formula you can clearly see that so the point, so we want to know this point, coordinates of this point. This point divides the join of 1, 0. So the point of intersection of two lines divides join of A, that is 1, 0 and B, that is 2, 3 in the ratio 1:n, correct? So this is 1 and this is n, right? So you know the section formula works like this, you know. So according to section formula, so from section formula, for internal division, the formula is what? m1x2 plus m2x1 upon m1 plus m2, correct? Similarly, m1y2 plus m2y1 upon m1 plus m2, correct? Now here it is very clear what is x1, y1 and what is x2, y2 and what is m and what is n. So therefore, here m1 is 1 and m2 is n. So it will be what? 1 multiplied by x coordinate of B, which is 2, plus n multiplied by x coordinate of A, which is 1, divided by 1 plus n. Similarly, 1 multiplied by y coordinate plus n multiplied by x coordinate of this divided by n plus 1, correct? So if you simplify this, this is 2 plus n divided by 1 plus n, comma, this is 3 upon n plus 1, 3 upon n plus 1. So this is the point of intersection, right? And we want to find out the line joining these which passes through perpendicular to this, okay? Perpendicular to this means what? The slopes are, product of the slopes is -1, okay? Our first task was to find the point of intersection of the two lines that we already found out, which exist here, right? So this is that point of intersection. Now we want to find a slope. So for that we need first slope of AB. Slope of AB formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So what is y2 minus y1? So it is 3 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, which is equal to 3 upon 1. So answer is 3. But the required line is not AB, it is perpendicular to it. So therefore slope of required line is negative reciprocal of this, means what? Minus 1 upon 3. So we have got both the information. We have x1 y1 here. This is x1 y1. Look at this. This is our x1 y1 and this is our slope. So our formula is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus y1. y1 is 3 upon n plus 1. 3 upon n plus 1. Slope is minus 1/3 and x minus n plus 2 upon n plus 1. n plus 2 upon n plus 1. Correct? So this is what the equation is. Of course, it is begging for simplification. So let us do that. We'll simplify this complicated looking equation like this. Okay? So it is going to be n plus 1 multiplied by y minus 3, this whole thing divided by n plus 1. Here also it is minus 1 upon 3. It is n plus 1 into what? Y minus n minus 2 divided by n plus 1. But obviously this n plus 1 in both the cases get cancelled. Okay? So now what we are left with is very simple equation, and that is n plus 1 multiplied by y minus 3 is equal to minus 1 upon 3 multiplied by n plus 1 y minus n minus 2. So take this 3 on this side so that it becomes, so it is n plus 1 y minus 3 is equal to minus 1 upon 3, it is n plus 1 x. Okay? N plus 1 x. Okay? So n plus 1 x minus n minus 2. Okay? Now let us simplify it further. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by n plus 1 into y minus 9 is equal to minus n plus 1 multiplied by x and plus n and plus 2. Correct? So that means n plus 1 multiplied by x plus 3 times n plus 1 multiplied by y, minus 9 minus n minus 2 is equal to 0. Which means if you take out n plus 1 common, then it is x plus 3y minus 11 minus n is equal to 0. That happens to be the equation of this line. Okay? Fine. Now let us have a look at the next question. Find the equation of a line which cuts off equal intercepts on coordinate axis and passes through the point 2, 3. Cuts off equal intercepts on the coordinate axis passing to the point 2, 3. So imagine this is our x-axis, y-axis, and this is our x-axis. Okay? So this is x, this is y. Okay? Now these are the two axes, and there is a point which passes, so 2, 3. So somewhere here it is 2, 3. 2, 3. This is the point. Okay. Now the line which cuts off equal intercepts on coordinate axis. So somewhat like this, this line is like this, so that this intercept is equal to this intercept. Okay. So we want to find out the line which, suppose this intercept is called A, then this is called B, but if this B is same as A, so both the intercepts are what? A. So using double intercept form, what is double intercept form? X upon A plus y upon B is equal to 1. But here both the intercepts are equal, so it is x upon A plus y upon A is equal to 1, which means the equation is x plus y is equal to A. Correct? So x plus y is equal to A, but this line passes through which point? 2, 3. Correct? So the point lies on the line. Therefore, we know that 2 plus 3 is equal to A. So we got a value of A as what? 5. Finished. So hence the equation of the line is x plus y is equal to 5. So simple. Okay, that's it. Let us read the problem properly. Find the equation of the line passing through the point 0, 2. So the first of all they have given one point. Let us make a record of that point. It is better to give a name to that point, A, 0, 2. So they have given that making an angle of 2 pi by 3 with positive direction of x-axis. That means they have given their inclination. So theta in radians they have given, sorry. So theta in radians is given to be 2 pi by 3. This is inclination, as you know, inclination. Okay. Now point is given, inclination is given, and also find the equation of line parallel to it crossing y-axis at a distance 2 units from this. Now that's simple, but first of all we have to find, there are two questions given here. One is find the equation of a line passing through this point with inclination 2 pi by 3. And second question is another line which is parallel to this line, that means slope of this line and that line is same, but it is at a distance 2 units below origin. Okay, crossing the y-axis 2 units below the origin. Okay, fine. So this is very simple. The equation is a slope that is given by m, generally we rate mm. So that is given by tan of inclination, which is tan of 2 pi by 3. Tan of 2 pi by 3. Now 2 pi by 3 is 120 degrees, 2 pi 360. So it is tan of 120 degrees. Tan of 120 degrees. In the second quadrant, tan theta is negative. So therefore, this is equal to minus, actually cot 30. Okay. Now minus cot 30 means what? It will be minus tan 30, that is cot 30 is root 3. So it is minus 1 upon root 3. Okay. So tan 30 is root 3, 1 upon root 3. So cot 30 is, minus cot 30 means minus 1 upon tan 30. Correct? That means it is minus 1 upon root 3. So that gives you minus root 3. This is the slope. Okay. So therefore, equation of the line is given by y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus y1, that is 2, m is what? Minus root 3, x minus 0. So therefore y minus 2 is equal to minus root 3x, right, which is root of 3x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. That is our trophy, right? So this is the equation of the line. Now the second line which they have asked is parallel. So therefore slope remains same. So slope is same, right? And it crosses y-axis at a distance of 2 units below the origin. That means if this happens to be the y-axis, right, then it is 2 units below. That means the line passes through the point 0 comma minus 2. So this is the slope and this is the point. Use this formula and complete the problem. I am not going to give you the answer now because you should think on your own. Okay.